Hey guys, what's going on? It's That Home Theater Dude. We're out here in, were we in Katy or Full Shear? We're out here in Katy, Texas, letting you guys know about this brand new room that I just happened upon. This is a hidden gem, if you guys will. I've heard JTR is actually in my house before. I had a 2-channel system with Noesis before, and then I sold those to my buddy out in Arlington. But this is something that I want to come and check out. We have a kind of like an underground home theater channel here in Houston, so we're going to be doing a lot more of these home theater tours just coming out shortly. But I want to let you guys know about this one. It's pretty cool. I've already experienced the demos. We're going to do it right after the intro.
All right, so this is a 12 by 19 room. It's 12 feet wide, 19 feet deep, and the ceilings vary from 9 foot in the front, and then you've got a theater style riser here, which makes the back end about 8 feet. This was how the construction came from the builder. I did not do anything with the dimensions of the room, so I made good with what I had. Fortunately, it was a well thought out theater because the door's in the right place. The screen is, they just planned it out well, so I didn't have to do too much with the actual construction of the room. It's been a journey for me. My initial sub in here was just a single SVS PC12 NSD a few years back with an SVS SCS system.
Look at you now.
Yeah, and I had no idea what REW was. I had no idea what I was missing. It was sitting in the corner. I was pretty happy with it. Yeah. And then I became a member of the AVS forum, and that's been it's been a learning right since then. But I had a lot of subs in this room. I've had SVS, as I said, PC12 NSD as my first one. I had dual Seton submersive seal subs in here as my second upgrade. Very happy with them. I was getting 5 hertz flat to 5 hertz. Very happy with it till I heard a ported sub in here through a friend, and I liked the violence of the ported, so I went to PSA V1801s. Very happy with it again. Then I experienced JTR at a friend, and I found out I was missing the low end a lot in my PSA subs. So from there I went on to getting Rhythmic FV18s. Really, really great subs. I think it's one of the best subs I had in this room from my 18-inch perspective. Now, why did I change from FV18s? Is because I went to Scott Newby's room and experienced 10 hertz tuned subs, and I found that scenes that I had seen many times, I was not hearing it from my subs. Got a Cap 4K in here. Did that for a while. I really, really enjoyed that setup. Had the Cap Nearfield right behind my chair. But then I, ventured into the DIY section, which was a mistake, and I looked at the stereo integrity driver. I just saw that driver and I fell in love. I said, I gotta have that driver. I want to be able to look at that driver in my media room. So that started my quest and put me into DIY land. I got my 4 stereo integrity subs, researched a lot around cap dimension volume it would require to get optimal performance. So got that from Nick. Nick's a great guy. Had a very good interaction with him and experience. I also added, just to leave no area missed out, is the NSW21s. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't then having what ifs about what if am I having enough mid bass. I like mid bass as well, so I added the NSW21s and I've integrated them with the 4 HS24s that I have in my room. So I've got 2 HS24s that you'll see in the front, and I've got 2 behind my rear row. And the placement is been determined by the frequency response. This is how I'm getting the best response in the room, by having them close together rather than spread out in the corners. So those are my 424s, and then 221s, and then I've got a very near field set up here with the stereo integrity SQL15s, custom designed cabinets, all of them. Couldn't go bigger than a 15 just because I wanted to be able to recline and not push my front row too far ahead. So this is they do a really great job for near field impact. So the reason I went with SQL15s is I wanted a high excursion driver behind me, because I wanted to feel that wobble, the low end wobble, And from a 15-inch, this is probably one of the best ones I could find in a reasonable price that had a lot of excursion. So that's where I ended up with my Nearfield. On the speakers, JTR 212 RTs is what I have in the front end. I had heard JTR speakers at a couple of friends' house, and the clarity and the dynamics that I heard with the JTR was something I really enjoyed. I'm a compression driver person, so I went the best ones that the JTR offered, the 212 RTs, 101 dB sensitivity, so it doesn't take much to drive them. The central channel is a 212 HTR. So all of these are three-way speakers. So center is just basically the same thing as the RTs. It's just tuned a bit higher, and but they all ported. So JTRs for the surrounds, I also have JTR 110s, and for surround backs, I'm still hanging on to my PSA 110 SRs. So yeah, last thing on the speakers is the Atmos. So I've got JBL SES 8s for Atmos. They timber match pretty well with the JTRs, and I really like their ability to be able to angle them with the bracket, the type of mounting they have to angle them to the MLP. So that's the reason I chose those speakers. Screen is a very ordinary. I paid $400 for the screen many years ago. Nothing special. It's a 120-inch screen. So as you can see, my wall is 144-inch wide, 120-inch screen on that. I had my paint redone, obviously, from what the builder gave me. It's peppercorn from Sherwin-Williams.
It's like the most popular paint.
Yeah, that I really liked it. And so that's what I went with. Redid the carpet as well recently. Just went gray, and when the lights go out, it's ink black in here.
Very dark in here.
Yeah, on the projector is just a Epson 6040 UB that I bought refurbished a few years ago, and I've coupled that with the HD Fury Vertex 2, which does the tone mapping. Pretty happy with the image, but that is probably the weakest link in my room if I had to pick one, and probably the seating. Seating's a bit old. On the acoustic treatments, I've got a mix of things I've purchased from different companies. I've got GIK in here, I've got Sonatus, I've got UA Acoustics. So things I've just found, and I've painted a few of them to make them black because they weren't black when I purchased them. But they were determined by targeting the first reflections, bass trapping as much as I could. There's still some ringing, at 20 hertz and below, which is very hard to contain. You get massive bass traps, but it sounds much tighter in this room since I added the diffusions and absorption in this room. On my processor, I just have a Denon 4700 ABR. I'm powering my subs with some pretty powerful amps. They are clone amps from CBR D2004. I've got two of them. So they are rated at 3,500 watts per channel at 4 ohms. So I've got 8 channels of those, two of those amps. I've got them running on a 30 amp breaker on a 240 line, which I had specially run when I was waiting for my drivers and my cabinets to be built. So that has just ensured that I've never run into a power issue, tripping, or anything of that sort. And then on the amplifiers for the speakers, it's a Emotiva Bass X3, which is sending 200 watts per channel to the JTRs. Now they are 101 dB sensitive, so they don't need much to drive them. So the 200 watts per channel is more than enough for these speakers. And that's pretty much it from a systems perspective. I don't have anything else. For the player, I'm just using a Zedu 9X, and I've got portable drives plugged into it, which contain my media. And yeah, everything else in here that you see from a diffusion and absorption perspective is research I've done myself, measurements I've done myself, and that's made the best I could out of this.
All right, guys, it's going to wrap it up out here in Katy, Texas. This was a really, really cool experience. Hope you guys liked the way these subs moved. We have something like that if you guys want to grab any of that stuff. I don't sell a lot of the stuff in this room, to be honest, but be happy to let you guys know about anything. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I thought it was a really, really cool experience. That's all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.